Every week, we turn to our awesome Facebook group, facebook.com/group/nerdcave, and we post a thread asking for questions or topics to discuss on the show. And our first topic comes from the other Derek Daniel. I posted an article yesterday saying that Season 5 of Arrow will see Felicity venture into new territory this season and venture out of her comfort zone. Could we possibly see her in the field with Oliver and company? Also a very underrated Disney movie. I think it's possible. I think they have to be very careful with that, though, because a lot of the Arrow fans have gotten tired of Olicity, meaning Oliver and Felicity together. It was a bit much at times during Season 4. Season 4 was pretty good, in my opinion. I think the hate for it has gone a little bit too far. Definitely better than Season 3, but I think what they have to do is they need to get back to basics and have that more grounded reality show. Because with Flash, we have superpowers and metahumans, and I don't mind seeing that every now and then on Arrow. But to me, Arrow is kind of like the Batman show, where it's just a guy who knows martial arts and is really good with a bow and arrow. I think that they need to go back to what made Seasons 1 and 2 so good, meaning that it's a little more grounded in reality. You're not dealing with magic. You're not dealing with the supernatural. I just think that maybe the whole thing will work. Like, it could be a one-off thing. Felicity goes out into the field, but I think it's better that she stay behind the computer screen, because I actually like Felicity. I just think they gave her a little bit too much airtime with Season 4. And don't get me wrong, I love the actress that plays her. But I think it needs to focus more back to Oliver than Oliver and Felicity. Also, a set photo was released of the new Team Arrow with new vigilantes, Artemis, Wild Dog, and most importantly, Mr. Terrific. Thoughts on how they will play over the course of the season, and do you think they will stay together as a team for the whole season? I'm actually really excited for Mr. Terrific. I love the Curtis character. I think he's really funny. I think he's completely different, and he adds that little bit of comedic value that you need. As far as them staying together for the whole season, I don't think so. I think they will break up at some point and then come back together towards the season finale, because I think at some point they'll break off. Oliver will be back by himself, and then Thea and Diggle will come back, in addition to the newbies. As far as the newbies go, I'm very interested to see how they play into this whole thing, because I know in the official season synopsis it says they're more of a burden than a help, because they're obviously very inexperienced. They don't have the skills or the knowledge that Oliver has. I think it could be a good thing. I know I'm very interested to see how Flashpoint affects the Arrow show. Sorry, spoilers if you have not seen the season 2 finale of The Flash, but I'm interested in seeing it. And I will say, touching on this, I read something yesterday that Flashpoint will leave some things on The Flash, quote unquote, broken forever. I don't know exactly what that means, but October can't get here soon enough. I mean, it's only a couple of weeks away. We're less than a month away from all the shows coming back. So hopefully Zach will catch up and we can all talk about it. Last one from Derek Daniel. The first few set images of Season 3 of The Flash were of Kid Flash facing off against a black-suited speedster. Then at Comic-Con, when one of the villains revealed for the season was Savitar, everyone assumed that was the black-suited speedster. However, a Flash exec came out a few weeks ago and revealed that Savitar has not been cast yet, and the speedster was revealed to be Dr. Edward Claris, aka The Rival. Just overall thoughts on the reveal and thoughts on the overhaul on speedsters this season, as we now have The Rival and Savitar coupled with Flash and Kid Flash. Now, I will say again, this is a spoiler for those who haven't seen Season 2 of The Flash yet. I'm wondering if one of the things that changes, because it's revealed that Flashpoint will only last a couple of episodes, that when things go back to the original timeline, if Wally will still have his powers. That being the case, I think it would be kind of cool if that did happen, and you had Flash basically become the mentor, because his past two mentors have betrayed him. So I think it'd be kind of cool to put him in that role, and he would maybe be a little reserved about it because he's been let down so much in the past. Having, the two speedsters, the Rival and Savitar, I think, it just goes along with that whole thing of having the speedsters as the main villains. I mean, eventually they're going to run out. It's going to happen. And then maybe we'll get the Gorilla Grodd army that I want, even though that's revealed that's going to happen in Season 3. But I think Grodd could be a primary villain. I will say I don't know a whole lot about the Flash's Rogues Gallery, so I don't know a lot about the Rival or Savitar. But I think the Flash is just so good that I just have total faith in it. And I think having, 2 versus 2 speedsters, I think, would be something different. I actually like the kid who plays Wally West. I'm excited to see what he does as Kid Flash. And also it's been reported that Jessie will be getting her powers as well, so she'll be Jessie Quick. So you'll have 3 good speedsters. So we'll have a whole speedster Flash family. I'm just really excited for all the shows to come back. And here at work we do Arrow Thursday and Flash Wednesday, where we'll just go out, grab lunch, bring it back, and then we'll watch Flash and Arrow, which we'll have to watch it on the CW website now because Hulu no longer has access to those shows, which was a big coup by Netflix. I mean, shout out to Netflix. It's big getting those shows and then putting them out a week after the finale. And I think you're going to see more shows do that because DVDs, I have a huge DVD collection. I'm big on getting physical copies of things, but streaming is just so big now. I mean, it's the same with me. Like, I haven't bought a DVD, I think, since Guardians of the Galaxy. It's been a long time because I just stream everything. I can get something off the iTunes store because I have Apple TV now. I don't even have cable anymore. I have Sling TV where I can just get the few channels that I actually watch, and I can stream them from my Apple TV. So streaming, I think, is definitely the way of the future. I think you'll always have your physical copies of things, but streaming is going to be even bigger in the next couple of years. So off my streaming rant, that's all the questions that we have for this week. I know this has been kind of a shorter episode, and Zach and Robbie weren't able to be here, and I'm doing this pretty much at the absolute last minute, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcave, if you want to get access to the show early. The Nerd Cave podcast comes out for free every Friday on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Google Play, but if you want to get access to it early, then just go to patreon.com/nerdcave, and you have to donate, I believe it's $5 or more to get the early access audio. There are all kinds of different tiers that you can check out. I mean, we do appreciate your support. If you can't, we totally understand. And you'll eventually be able to get all of the content for free. We release this podcast out in segments every day on YouTube, and the full podcast comes out on Friday. We also have other podcasts we do throughout the week. Every Monday is Nerd Cave Retro, where myself and Jason Robbins discuss retro games. Wednesday is Fantasy Football for Nerds. Thursday is my solo show, The Derek Diamond Experience. Friday, as I've said, is the Nerd Cave Podcast. Saturdays, we have our friends over at the Pop Culture Palette. And we're also all over social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Nerd Cave Vids. And we have our Facebook group, which I've mentioned before, facebook.com/group/nerdcave. You can also check us out on YouTube at Nerd Cave, where you can find this podcast and all of our Reacts videos. And we also have our other channel, Nerd Cave Gaming, where you can check out all of our Let's Plays and our content regarding video game news. So on behalf of Zach and Robbie, hopefully you guys enjoyed episode 175 of the Nerd Cave podcast. This is Derek saying, have a week.